I play
Yeah, and
basketball
so
for
and
fun.
so it's just sort of like we're trying to basically kind of tell these stories because I find them interesting. Number one, I don't know. I mean, we like basketball, but we also like hearing the stories, good or bad, because they can be kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you want to like reach out to a broader audience, like I have a couple of friends that I know for sure wouldn't mind getting their stories out. Because I think like a lot of people, believe it or not, have stuff that's just bottled up. And I feel like for me, this is like therapy, like letting out. Like that's why I don't know if you see my Twitter or whatever, like, but like I a lot of times I'll just go on Twitter and tell people like what I'm going through. And every time I do it, there's more players that I know. Like I have a lot of players a lot of followers on Twitter that are overseas also during the same time. So when I tweet something out like that, it's like 4 or 5 other people will chime in like, oh, I just dealt with this, that, and the third. And it's like, you think about it, it's like, oh wow, we're all dealing with the same problems, just in different locations.
And maybe that's just what we have to do is just keep on going at it. Cause I mean, it's like sort of,
Yeah.
I mean, the guys at the Gola Standard were the ones that kind of tipped us off to you. And so we were looking at it and, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is exactly it. And so maybe we're just something that's like central because unless you follow you already, or, those other people that you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting it or you hear about it every once in a while, but maybe we're just maybe we're the central piece to it. I don't know.
Then I mean, when most people talk about it on social media, they don't go in depth into it because of the like they might be scared of the repercussions. Like they might be scared that a team might find out. And me, I'm at the point in my career, I don't care if a team finds out. Like y'all shouldn't be doing this. If you don't want me saying this, then y'all shouldn't be doing this. And that's
Yeah.
why like over the last 2 years when stuff has started happening, I just like I said, I go to Twitter and I vent. And then like I said, lo and behold, somebody, 2 or 3, 4 players will come out like, "Hey man, that's crazy. Like you wouldn't believe what my team just did." It's like, oh yeah, like let's talk about it, Then we'll get on Twitter, and that's how me and Ronald Moore actually ended up coming up with I forget what he called it. He actually has an Instagram page for it, but it's like he's just starting it out, but we're trying to get it to grow bigger. But it's basically, like I said, overseas players just giving their thoughts on like what they go through overseas, and just talking about, because I think all overseas players need an outlet
Yeah.
to speak on what their situations and everything. Because another thing I learned is like it doesn't matter if you're at the lowest level of overseas or the highest. Like even I know people that's EuroLeague that are still like in disputes with their money, that still get paid late or still are going through the same problems that I'm going at, and I'm not even in EuroLeague.
Yeah, it actually came up. I think it was like a month or so ago. I'm trying to remember. Was it one of the EuroLeague teams basically said that they weren't going to be paying their players? I think.
Yeah, it was an
I think
Italian.
it was
It
a
was an
team in
Italian
Italy,
team.
yeah, and
Yeah, wasn't it
because they had
Bologna?
lost the game.
Yeah, it
I
was
think they had
Bologna.
Yep.
they had lost the game or something, or they weren't
And the
winning, or
president
they.
was like, "You betrayed me" or something. And
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like, how? Like, what do you mean I betrayed you because we
yeah,
lost the game? It's like just
yeah,
just because y'all paying us a lot of money doesn't mean we're going to win every game. So
Right.
how can you decide that, oh, you're not, we think that you're not performing up to par, so we're going to fine you, or we're not going to pay you this month or for the rest of the season, and you
that
could do
doesn't that doesn't
whatever you
cut it
want.
here in the States, even in the lower pro leagues. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
yeah,
rules. You sign a
yeah,
contract, abide by your contract.
it's
Like
the
even
Wild
my
West
team
in Europe
here,
for a lot of that stuff.
yeah, my team here, we lost a game. Mind you, we were going through a bunch of change. We just had a new coach. We just got a new player, and we lost the game by like 30 points. And I don't even think it was our fault. It was really our coach's fault because of the game plan that we went into. It made no sense. And we ended up losing by 30 points. So I guess like the sponsors were at the game and the GM was there, and they decided that this is a disgrace. And I mean, it was. Nobody wants to lose by 30. Like, we didn't lose by 30 on purpose. So they come in the game, they're like, oh, you guys embarrassed the community. The whole city is like embarrassed to even watch us or be part of ZTA. And with that being said, we're going to fine you 25% on your next salary. It's like, wait, what? It's like, how are you going to find us because we lost? Like, how? Like,
Yeah,
like, it's nowhere in my contract that says you're able to find me because we lost. Like, it says your responsibility is to come in, practice, and do your
and even the
job.
best teams lose by 30 sometimes. Like, it's not.
It's
This isn't a
it's
fluke.
sports.
Yeah, it's
It's
sports
sports. But
exactly.
and this is my point where I say like stuff like this only happens in Europe. Like you'll never hear of an NBA team or an MLB team saying, "Oh, we got blown out." It's going to be repercussions from the players. It's like, no, you go to practice the next day, you figure out what went wrong, you watch film or something, and you try to figure out the issues you had. Like you don't
Yeah,
find your players. They like their thing is what I've noticed is they think that by threatening their players that it's going to cause them to play better and play harder. And it's like, no,
yeah,
that
it's
does
not
the
the way.
opposite. That
That's
makes
not
me
the way
want to
it works.
leave. Like I
Yeah,
saw Mike James that tweeted something one day. He was like, if you want to motivate me, he's like, don't touch my money. If you want to motivate me, get creative with it. Like, but don't touch my money. That's only going to motivate me to book a ticket back home to the States.
Yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't agree with that anymore. I'm like, messing with my money does nothing but make me want to leave.
Yep.